Check, check. All right, we are live, I believe. Let me know when you guys are seeing this for day 6. Day 6 today. Uncle Charlie, thank you for $2, man. I hope you're doing good. I appreciate that. Wait till I see a reaction, then I'll start talking, man. Give it up for day 6. That is 20% of the way through our goal of getting through this month, man. Trying to be better, trying to be healthy. 6 days in a row, 20%. Been in the gym, taking the supplements, trying to sleep. I think the biggest areas that I'm not doing good in are sleep and diet, because I'm having a hard time eating a bunch of food, but I'm still in the gym and I'm still live streaming and I'm still here with you guys and I'm still sober. How are you guys doing? How is everyone out there? Get the gum out of my mouth. For those asking how you call in, join the Discord. Should be linked here in the description. So, what I wanted to talk about today is how do we cope with the death of our loved ones, man, because I know so many of us have people we've lost, people that we love, and I think we have a hard time dealing with them. Well, let me just speak how I feel. I have a hard time coming to terms with the people I've lost. Like today, for instance, my dog had passed away weeks ago now, but I had a hard time even telling anybody about it. I had a hard time telling anybody about it because I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it. And I know it's just a dog, but man, my freaking dog Marley was a big part of my life, man. And I know if anyone out there has had a pet or a dog that they felt close to, it can be hard, man. It can be hard to deal with that loss. And yeah, man, I wanted to start off by showing a few photos of my dog Marley. Man, she was 15. She was a beautiful dog, and we got her after my parents got divorced when I was 12 years old. I remember I was just having a really hard time dealing with it, and just like thinking it was my fault, or what had I done, or why my parents were messed up, and looking at everyone else. And my mom went ahead and got me a dog to make me feel better, man, and it really helped. It really made me feel better during that hard time. And it's crazy to think about, because my entire adult life I've had my dog Marley with me, and over half of being alive. I had her for 15 years, and I'm only 28, and it's so weird coming home every day. I think I was like 16 there, my braces. It's weird coming home every day and not seeing her, and adjusting to that change. You guys ever have trouble with that? Just coming to grips with that your life's going to be different? It might not be a dog. It might be losing your grandparents or a friend or anybody, really, just anything, man. How do we cope with losing things that we love? And I don't think I have the best methods, but I know when my brother passed away in 2019, and I just pulled into my job as a teacher. It was the first Thursday that we had kids, and it was about 8 in the morning, and I pulled into the parking lot in Montgomery County, Maryland, and I had just parked my car, and right as I parked, my phone rang, and it was a call from my other brother. And as soon as I answered, he said, "You got to come home." And I was like, "Dude, what are you talking about? I can't come home. I got to teach. I was gearing up to teach my first Thursday with these kids." And he was like, "It's our brother." And I was just like, as soon as he said "it's our brother," I was like, "What the fuck, man? What in the fuck?" It was like, that heart dropping moment, because I've gotten so many calls about friends, so many calls um, about people dying, and I knew right then when he said "it's our brother," I knew it was over, man. Right then, and it was a shock. It was completely unexpected, but that was a terrible time. And I remember so before my brother passed, uh, the summer of 2018 was an absolutely terrible summer. I made this. I lost a lot of my best friends in 2018 or previously. These are people that I went to school with here. This is Ryan, John, Jared, Tommy's, Sean, Joey, Nate, Augie. These are all people that lost their lives either in their teenage years or their 20s. These are a lot of my best friends, man. These are a lot of people that I spent a ton of time with, and this is just some of them that were gone in 2018. And something that helped me cope with it in that time was writing my thoughts, writing music down, just trying to get my thoughts out there, because some of these things are hard to talk about. Some of these things you don't want to you just don't want to burden people with worrying them or acting like your problems are, I don't know, you guys know what I mean by that? Sometimes it's just hard to talk about stuff. So I turned to writing to get through with it, to get through things. And it's crazy looking back. I was looking back at some of my music today, and man, when I wrote that album Killing Pain in 2018, I had no idea that just 1 year later I would lose my brother. And man, when I think back, I went back and listened to that album. Yeah, listen to this, man. This is a voicemail that my brother had left my mom for Mother's Day the same year he passed.
Hi, Mom. This is your son, Kyle. Just calling to wish you a happy Mother's Day and see how everything's going with you. Guess I'll try calling you back here in a little bit. Talk to you later. Love you. Bye.
And that is probably the last time that the last little piece of audio of my brother talking. And I'm happy I have that, man. I'm happy I have that, and I really wish I had more video footage or more things to remember my brother, man. I don't want to forget him. I don't want to forget how great he was and how big of an impact he had on my life. He's such a inspiration, and I just love him so much. But I guess the point of this is to talk about how do we cope with losing someone? How do we cope with something that does not feel okay? And I just woke up this morning feeling a bit down, and I put on this album because I was thinking about my brother, and it was nice to be able to relate to myself, relate to these feelings that I felt before. And I don't know if this is the best idea, but I wanted to read the day I found out my brother had passed. I wrote a poem called "Hey Kyle." I'm not gonna play the song, but it's this on YouTube. It's called "Hey Kyle." It's a picture of him when he was young, and I kind of just wanted to read the lyrics, man, and see if maybe any of you guys resonate with them, or I don't know, just I resonate with them, and maybe just share that with you, and then maybe when we call, maybe we could talk about maybe ways you guys have found to deal with death, or I don't know. We could talk about anything, you guys, but oh man. So yeah, this poem I wrote for my brother the same day I found out he passed. It's called "Hey Kyle," and it goes, "Hey Kyle, I love to see you smile. I haven't seen you in too long. It's been a while. Hey Kyle, I hope your day's been great, bro. I can't wait till you're home. I don't wanna wait. No, hey Kyle, Mom really misses you. I know one day we'll get to do all the things we didn't do. It's too soon, I think. I'll leave a light on. In case you come home, I'll wait till all my time's gone. It can't be real. It can't be real. Feels like a bad dream I can't wake from. I wanna wake up. Why'd you have to go so soon? Why? Please tell me, Kyle. I'll always be your little brother, even when I grow older. Man, that part fucks me up sometimes because I'm thinking, man, I just turned 28. There's going to be a time where I'm gonna be older than my big brother, man. I mean, fingers crossed. And that's kind of a head trip. And yeah, just like this beginning verse talking about, it's just so surreal sometimes. It's so surreal sometimes that I'm never gonna talk to him again. And it's also just the pain, the pain that the pain that a mother feels when they lose their son and they have to bury their son is heavy, man. It's really heavy. 34 is too young and time stopped. I'm asking why, God. I keep asking. I keep asking. I remember during that time period, man, I so badly wanted to know why this would happen. Like, try to make sense of it. How could this happen? And sometimes it's hard when you weren't raised religious, you weren't raised around God or raised having faith. It's hard to feel that faith and actually let that make you feel better, because I want to have faith, and I want to know my brother's in a better place, and I want to just believe in a higher power. And definitely during that time, it was a battle between feeling like everything happens for a reason and having faith and like he's in a better place, and then feeling resentful, like if God was real and if God was a good God, he wouldn't do this. He wouldn't do this to me, which I don't like thinking like that, but that was just the struggle I was going through at that time. Nothing has ever felt so sick and twisted. I'm not sure you get it. That's my older brother. That's my big bro. You never got to have kids. You'll never get to meet mine. It's been so hard since you left, just trying to feel all right. Which is crazy that I'm back to square one with this, man. I mean, this is how I felt in 2019. I'm doing the same. I'm on the same treadmill of trying to just feel all right, even though like outwardly really nothing's wrong, man. I know I have it really good. I know things are really good, but I'm just trying to. I just want to feel. I don't even want to feel good, man. I just want to feel okay. I want to feel all right. And yeah, I have my brother's diary, and I'm really happy I have that. I'm really happy that I can, just see where he was at and see his thoughts. And he wanted to have a family, man. He wanted to have kids. And I'm really upset. I don't know. I wish he got to have that. I wish he got to experience that. I wish he got to have kids, and I wish that my kids got to meet him. But I guess I'm thankful that I get to tell my kids about him, and I get to have him live on through me to my children. But man, it would have been great to have another Kyle running around. I'm holding on for you, Kyle. I'm holding on. I'm staying strong, even when it feels wrong. But please tell me why. If things happen for a reason, why is this required? I feel so sick. I feel so sick and tired. Hey, Kyle. I want to thank you so much for all the lessons and the love and now the guidance from above. I know that times were getting tough. I know you could have made it through. I know that life can get rough. We don't always know what to do. I wish I could have helped more. I'm sorry. I reached out and tried. Now I reach out and I cry. And I think that's me beating myself up, man. I try not to do that. I try not to blame myself. When something happens and someone passes away, we can really get in our heads and start to be like, oh, if I would have done this, or if I would have just been there, oh, I didn't spend that last time with him that I could have spent. Like I remember I was supposed to go visit my brother out in Ohio, and I was gearing up for the school year and preparing to teach the kids, and I just told him I got to focus on my job, man. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I prioritized my work and my job, and missed the last chance that I had to see my brother, talk to my brother ever again. And I don't try to beat myself up about that, but sometimes I think about that and I'm like, damn, bro. Damn. I'm so sick of asking why. What'll it change? My stomach's in pain. I don't want to live with this fate. What can I do? And I feel like that right now, man. I'm sick of asking myself why. I'm sick of wondering why. I just want to have faith. I just want to believe that it happened for a reason, man. And I don't know what that reason is, but it makes me feel better to feel like he's in a better place and that this all was a part of God's plan. But I mean, sometimes that feels dark. Sometimes it feels really twisted to be like, my brother dying was a part of my God's plan for me, or like, I don't know, bro. I have a hard time coming to terms with it and coming to an understanding about it and how I should view it and how I should feel and what will make me feel better about it. Hey, Kyle. You know I love you so much and I'm so proud of you. I know you're looking down on me. Please guide me toward the right path because at times I feel so bad. I know you'd understand because you always understood me. Man, one thing about Kyle, bro, when I used to, I don't know if you guys know this, I put out music for like 6 or 7 years, and it's not the best music. A lot of people don't like it. I like it, but just it's not the kind of stuff that a lot of people would want to listen to. But every time I would put out something on YouTube, bro, like almost every time, my brother Kyle would hit me up, and he'd be like, "Oh, my brother's a superstar. I'm so proud of you. My brother's famous," and kind of just give me a hard time, but also just root me on. And I know how proud he would be. And he would have loved the videos, bro. He was so funny, man. But yeah, I felt like he was one of the people I related to most in this world. And yeah, I hope he's looking down on me, man. I hope he's guiding me towards the right path. With all the depression and the workplace hate, no dessert tastes great, but we've held on for way too long to break. Everyone always loved you. Everyone will always love you, and now you'll never be alone. You never had to be alone. Just know you're with me in my spirit. Please talk. I want to hear it. And one of the things about Kyle is he was such a strong person, man. Kyle was the guy that was he was always there for everyone else. But I feel like he wasn't there for himself all the time, And I just wish I could tell him, or I hope he knows that everyone loves him, man. I mean, at his funeral, we had that bitch at capacity, bro. It was so many people. We had people come from Germany, Washington State, all around the nation just to send their condolences, man. Because he was a beautiful person, and I feel like sometimes he didn't necessarily feel like he was a beautiful person. Sometimes he didn't feel that love, and I just hope he knows that, man. I hope he knew that. So, yeah, the last lines are, I was so excited for our future together. Will the lessons learned make up for time lost? I keep asking why God. I keep asking why God. And, yeah, I guess that's me trying to just rationalize what happened. Like, will the lessons I learned from this make up for all the time that I'm going to lose with him? Like, is this worth it? Not is it worth it, but you know what I mean? Like, if this happened for a reason, it's like, all right, so how did he measure this? I know it's not for me to make sense of, but I guess sometimes it's hard to not try to make sense of things and try to understand. But was taking 50 years I could have had with my brother, 40 years, is that worth whatever lesson this is supposed to teach me, whatever fucked up lesson this is supposed to bring me? I don't know, man. I don't know. And I guess one thing that I do feel good about is I feel like my faith is stronger, man. And I want to give massive props to my brother Kyle's biological dad, Joe, who is terminally ill with prostate cancer, because he has done dozens of Bible studies with me, and he has helped me so much, man. He has helped me so much. Just try to find peace with him, man, because he's terminally ill, and he's one of the most positive people I've ever met. And he finds a lot of comfort and solace through doing Bible studies with people like me who are questioning things and just guiding others. Joe's an amazing person. Can you guys imagine being terminally ill? He can't have any testosterone in his body because he has prostate cancer, and he's had his prostate surgically removed or altered or something, and he still is there for everyone. He is still so strong for everyone. And yeah, like, I try not to, like, yeah, I'm working on not beating myself up, because there's definitely been times where I would say, like, how can I sit here and let Joe talk me up and give me all this comfort when, he's terminally ill, man, and he just lost his son. But I think sometimes we just have to let people be there for us, man, and not always sabotage ourselves at every angle and beat ourselves up, which is what I'm working on. But yeah, man, how do we cope with losing our loved ones? I guess the way I've coped with my dog Marley is she was 15 years old. I felt like it was her time. I did feel like that. It was her time. How long can a dog really live? But I feel with my brother Kyle, I felt like he had a lot more to give this world. And I mean, hopefully somehow hopefully I'm doing something to keep his spirit alive, or maybe I don't know, man. Sometimes I just don't. I don't know. It's hard to put it into words. But this photo, that whole album I wrote, I wish my brother Kyle was here. If any of you guys did want to listen to that, it is available for free on Bandcamp. If you guys did want to go to my Bandcamp and just put in $0, you can download anything and listen to it. I don't know if it would help, or like I said, it's not the best music, but maybe just read it as poems, or I don't fucking know, man. This was his handwriting. This was his handwriting that I got from his diary. I wish my brother Kyle was here, and that's me and him and my other brother. And yeah, he was a great brother, man. And my other brother's a really great brother too, and I'm really thankful for him. And it's yeah, I don't know that I cope with it the best, but you know, I'm still here, man. I'm still trying. There was another song. I'm not gonna do the whole lyrics thing, so I want to take some calls and talk to y'all. But this photo, man, and this song, "Too Young to Die," and just this photo, man. He looks like an angel here to me, and I fucking love that guy, bro. I love that guy. So, yeah, the thing I'm thinking about today is how do we cope with death, man? How do we become okay with something that does not feel okay, right? And sometimes that's the advice I give to people. Sometimes I say, I say this: it is never going to, and maybe this is wrong, you guys. Like I said, I'm just trying to figure stuff out. I don't have the answers, but sometimes I say to people that are going through a big loss or a devastation, I say you are going to have to be okay, or find a way to be okay with it never being okay. And that could be the wrong way to look at it, man. But I would love to hear from y'all, or just hear what you guys are going through, and just connect on this shit, because it's definitely one of the harder things I've had to deal with. But on a brighter note, man, day six, we're still sober, we're still in the gym, and we're feeling good. Today was supposed to be my rest day. I did an active recovery day in the gym, which means I just went and I did very lightweight on the exercises that are the muscle types where I felt sore. I got in the sauna, I stretched, and yeah, we're still here, man. I haven't given up. We are still here. So I would love to take some callers and hear from you guys. So let me pop in over here. Yo, are we ready to go?
Yep, I'm good.
Yeah. All right, let me move them over. What up, gang?
Hey, what's up, Brandon?
How you feeling today?
I'm feeling like way better than I did a month ago. I sound a little choked up right now just from listening to the way you talk about your brother, but yeah, I'm good.
I have a hard time not crying, man. I have a hard time not crying.
Props or not. It's like, fuck, you're strong, man. That's like, yeah, that got me fucked up.
Yeah, bro, I really miss him.
I don't even have a brother, and that got me fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever noticed. I wear these chains. If you've ever seen me wear these chains in my videos or anything, this is actually the same chain and the same cross that my brother wore every single day of his life, man. Oh. And then this chain is his ashes. I have his ashes in here, and
holy shit.
Yeah, I got it in a time glass to remind me that time is limited, man, and that we have to make the most of the time that we have, and we have to just find a way to just do our best, I don't want to spin my wheels and just be miserable, man. I don't want to be okay with where I'm at, I want to get better, and I just want to do my best, you know what I mean?
Me too, man. That's the constant struggle. And with the chain, I'm wearing my uncle's gold chain right now too.
Is your uncle still with us?
No, he's not. He died like 4 years ago already. And I've never worn jewelry, but until then, it's a very small, thin gold chain, but
yeah, man, it's
special.
It's crazy how something so small can mean so much, man. And have you found any useful ways to cope or think about the loss of your your uncle that's made you feel better or helped you cope?
No, I'm the worst person to ask because when he died, I went on a big pill binge. Just opioids that's my thing as well. And yeah, I basically as soon as I heard he died, I went and picked up a bunch of pills. It was like I need what I told myself is like, well, I need to stay strong for my family. He has kids. I need to stay happy around those kids and the whole family and everything. So I pretty much just numbed myself with pills right after that happened. And that's what I have a small family, so I haven't experienced too much loss like that. But that's what I've done every time. And I'm on Suboxone now for the last year. So like that's not gonna happen again. But yeah, I'm not the guy to ask about how to cope because I've done it in the worst way every time.
Man, I feel that, dude. I definitely feel that. After Kyle passed, I think I did like 2 weeks sober, and then I just decided, it is not worth it, or I'm not capable right now of going through this and feeling these thoughts. So yeah, I did the same thing, man. I just started getting high.
Yeah.
Just started getting fucking high just to feel okay.
Yeah, man. It's so easy. It's so easy to feel okay.
But part
It's
of me,
expensive and risky, but it's too easy.
it is easy, man. It's like the easiest thing. Press that button, feel better. Press that button, and part of me feels like through pressing that button, I have enabled myself to never really cope with or digest my brother's passing properly, and not just my brother, but like I've like finding seeing my grandma's dead body in the basement of my house in 2015,
fuck.
and
Oh wow, I
I
heard that
don't.
one.
There's a lot of, we all deal with a lot of death, man. I'm not special in that way, and we're all gonna deal with it if we haven't dealt with it yet. But I feel like I need to find a better ways to think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too. I'm still looking for those better ways.
So yeah, let's talk about your story, man. Like what's going on with you?
Yeah, well, I came here to, I've got a bit of a positive twist. Like I just made it out of the worst sorry, suicidal slump of my life. I just turned 27, so like I've had a lot of those, but this one was the closest by far. I had my note written on my desk and everything. I had all the pills. I was fucking taking the pills. Just I took them slowly, so it didn't happen. But yeah, I want to share how I overcame that. What got me to that point, like in the long term, and then
Absolutely.
what was the trigger? What the hell got me there, and then how did I get out? And
Yeah.
it's the way I got out is a combination of a very valid reason and a very pretty silly reason.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, man. I appreciate this. This is really hits home with me, man. I really thank you for calling in, man. And I'm ready to hear it, bro. I'm ready because, like I said, opioids have been just such a fucking devastator to my life, bro.
Me too.
Devastator.
It's fucked up when I like the amount of. Luckily, it hasn't been a very close friend yet, but the amount of acquaintances and like just people I know that have died. When I try to think of the number, I always forget someone because it's so big now, and that fucks me up. That makes me feel really bad.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and you don't want to forget these people's memories, you know.
Oh no, not at all.
So yeah, let's talk about like what got you there, man. What got you to wanting to just make it all stop and to leave?
All right, so I'll start pretty much when it started. Like it's been weird listening to you tell your story because it's so similar to mine. I'm like hearing you talk. I'm like, what the fuck? How did you know that? Get out of my head. How the fuck did you know that?
Right, man. And I feel like, don't you feel like in a weird way that it makes you feel better to know that
100%.
You're not some fucked up freak. Like, man, this happens to humans that live, and I'm not uniquely fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. And especially like a a cool person like you that's like doing what we all want to do and like shit. I know I'm like we're just about the same age, but I do still look up to you, which is I don't know if I feel weird saying that, but like
no, I appreciate that
because you're doing what we all want to do, and like the way you're so open about this is like pretty unheard of. Like I have never engaged with streaming or anything or came and talked like I've never done anything like this in my life. Never engaged to this point. And
Me
what you're
neither.
doing is so good. I feel like I have to contribute because this is important stuff.
Thank you, man. And I appreciate you looking up to me. I think sometimes I look up to the concept or the idea of who I am,
That's a good way to word it.
but I don't necessarily look up to myself and my decisions at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the video Brandon's so slightly different from the real Brandon.
Yeah, man.
Not the real Brandon, but the Brandon inside.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. When I talk about how I feel, I gotta swallow all these feelings to go out and talk to people and do that shit. But yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, enough about me, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll I guess I'll here we go. So yeah, I guess like with the similarities, like I smoked weed for the first time when I was like 13, and then around 14 or 15 started smoking it every day. Coincidentally, that's about when I started getting pretty depressed and more anxious. Like I was always like an anxious ADHD kid, unmedicated, which is good. I'm glad. Like I went from being the really weird kid and the weird hyper kid to being like the cool, chill stoner guy.
Mm-hmm.
In early high school, and then when it really got bad, like when I was 15, I was prescribed Dilaudid. Like, do you guys have Dilaudid in the States?
Yeah, man. The
Yeah,
lot
yeah. So you know what it is.
that shit
That's like,
rips.
yeah, it sure does. That's the one in
Oxymorphone.
Canada.
It's called oxymorphone, right? Is that what it's
Hydromorphone.
my bad, hydromorphone. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the big one in Canada, and it's fucked up how they were prescribing that when I was in high school, because like they prescribed that to me when I was 15 after getting my wisdom teeth out, and now they don't give you anything for that. They tell you to take Tylenol and Advil,
Mm-hmm.
and like in the same time period, my friend was prescribed Vicodin for his anxiety. So it's like, what the fuck are these doctors just trying to kill us?
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much then, like since that first time trying that Dilaudid, that changed my brain forever, and it was hard to feel good after feeling that way, and
Open
like telling myself, wow, this is how I should feel, this is the best.
Opened up Pandora's box, man. Made everything feel how it should feel. Made everything feel so comfortable and so good, right?
Oh yeah, it's like it, and then like exactly when my uncle died, I just like freaking got a bunch of Dilaudid and just like went right through the funeral. I was running around being like the level-headed guy amongst all my crying family and the kids and all that. But God, they didn't know how fucking high I was.
Yeah.
So yeah, like really the opioids kind of did me in. So like anybody younger guys listening, please, like rap is glorifying the perks and the Zans. I cannot stress how much you need to stay away from that. Like keep in mind how hip hop has gone from 40 in a blunt to fucking Xan and a pint of lean. It's like that's fucked up.
Yeah, dude. And I feel like something
Even 40 in a blunt is questionable.
I feel like something that they don't tell kids is they say, "Oh, you're gonna do opioids and you're gonna feel irritable and itchy and you could feel nauseous and dizzy." Like they don't tell you that, like, oh, you might feel, or you probably will feel the best you'll ever feel in your life, and you're gonna absolutely love it, and that's why it's gonna ruin everything.
Yeah, and that's what happened to me, and it happened to pretty much my whole friend group from high school. Like there's only 2 people I keep in contact with, and there's like the 3 of us that have, I mean, more or less. So I'm the only one that's on Suboxone, so like I guess I'm the least sober technically, but yeah. Anyways, like three of us out of, I don't know, 10 quite close friends have either not died or gone to jail or just gone down the complete junkie route.
Jeez, man.
So yeah, that's like the long term situation of how I've been so depressed and like had all these suicidal phases, and of course like smoking weed every day pretty much since I was 14, 15, with a few breaks, like a few long breaks.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you know, those sober breaks have been the only really good times in my life.
Right.
So why is it so hard to get back to that, even though I know all the steps, I know exactly what I need to do. I've done it fucking 3 or 4 times, but like right now, I don't know, I might not smoke weed tonight. I've really been thinking a lot listening to you for the last few days.
Man, I feel like it starts with just that one step and that one decision. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about like yeah, like the shame I feel to allow myself to get back to this point again. But I think on the flip side of that,
Yep.
I feel like on the flip side of that coin, man, having fought through things before and gotten sober before, it's like does don't you feel like that makes you that much more aware of how you're gonna feel and how you feel and capable of fighting through it?
It does. But at the same time, what I've screwed up on in like the last 2 or 3 times that I've made the attempt is not picking up good hobbies when you quit. Like you quit your addiction, you have to replace it with something good,
Mm-hmm.
like the gym, walks, playing music, like playing instruments. I play the piano and the drums, but that's something I haven't picked up in the last 2 times. And I'm aware now that was the issue. But
Yeah.
like I convinced myself, oh, quitting weed doesn't work anymore. But my problem was I quit weed, but I didn't start using my time well. Like I quit smoking weed, but still came home, do the same shit, just like fuck around on my computer, on my phone, or whatever.
Yeah.
And the same feeling is still there. I'm not slightly high.
Man, I can relate to that so much. I feel like I would get sober from being like a pretty much a fucking glorified drug addict, and then I
Yeah.
would be sober but living like a drug addict with
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
no good diet, no good hobbies, no good anything, man. And the only thing
Oh yeah.
the only thing
The diet.
I ever had was wrestling. That was the only thing that pulled me out of it. But outside of wrestling, on my own, man, I've never given myself that fair chance to win, that fair
Yeah.
chance to actually succeed in this thing.
Yeah. I've done it once. One really good, almost a year, like just short of 11 months, and it was like perfect, man. That was life. That was living. But that was like 5 years ago already. So it's like, what the hell am I doing?
Holy
But
shit,
yeah,
man.
like what I was doing at that time, like quit weed and immediately like gym instead of weed, and like you just do like the hard cardio shit to sweat it out for the first couple days,
Mm-hmm.
and then of course the walks. Come home and don't just sit there on your computer, like play the piano, fucking learn it. I don't know. That's my situation because I have a keyboard right next to me right now. But
Yeah.
you have to pick things up when you drop something. It's like there has to be something to fill that gap.
Yeah, I think
And
that's great advice, man.
yeah, and it's funny. Like I'm saying this right now. Meanwhile, the last 2 or 3 times I've tried, I haven't taken my own advice,
It is so
and
much
I just
easier.
convinced myself that quitting weed doesn't work anymore. No, man, you're not doing it right. You're not putting in all you got.
Isn't it so much easier to talk about it than to do it? Tell someone else to do
Oh
it
yeah,
than to actually
so
do it
easy,
yourself. And then
and that's it.
it's so easy to let your brain trick you and convince you to go back to being a fuck up, man. And
Yep,
that's why
it's good at it.
I wanted to set my goal for 1 month because every time I've got sober in the past, I say I'm going to be sober forever. And then 6 months
Me
in,
too.
3, 6, 10 months in, it's like, well, dude, this doesn't feel good, and I'm not feeling rewarded, and then I give up. But I feel like if I could just reevaluate at the beginning and end of every month, or the beginning, then I don't know, maybe it would work, man. Who fucking knows though?
I need to try that this time because I've been doing the same thing. It's like I've told myself that yeah, like I cannot be trusted as a casual smoker. Like every time my sobriety has ended has been because of a weekend where I'm like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna get high on the weekend, and then like shit, Saturday turns to Sunday, Sunday turns into Monday, and then oops, I bought a bag and I'm smoking it, sniffing it, whatever.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and do you ever feel like another thing is well, once you get sober and stuff, you feel I don't know, you ever feel like loneliness? You want to go hang out with your friends, and then you put yourself around stuff and put yourself in a position where you know you're probably gonna fuck up.
I have in the past, but not anymore because my friend group is all amazing, sober people,
Hell
sober,
yeah.
hardworking people. None of them, like I said, like my whole friend group from high school went the wrong route, except for the other 2 guys. And even then, those guys aren't like in my main friend group anymore, even. But yeah, like I was lucky enough to, like I was a pretty popular guy in high school, so like the people that I'm friends with now are people that I knew but people that I did not hang out with in high school, just people that I had classes, and we just ran into each other in my first really good long sober period through cars. Like through cars is how I got this new friend group. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
big into cool cars, and I work in the industry as well.
I think that's a good. I think
So
a good lesson for some people out there that are going through some loneliness is try to find a shared interest or a shared hobby or a shared topic to talk to people about.
yes, exactly. And it was like, oh hey, I quit all these drugs. Now I have money to get a cool car and build it up a little bit. I don't know. That's something people can look forward to if anyone's into that stuff.
Yeah, man.
That's how I got into my current good group. And the crazy thing, like, most of them do not know anything that I'm going through. Like, there's two that I really trust that know a lot, but like, that's not stuff that you want to have public in your friend group, really. You know. Then you're the guy everyone's worried about.
Yeah, man. No, that's a battle of like, do I tell people about this and worry them and put them through this, or do I just keep swallowing it and dealing with it on my own?
Yeah, and that's what I've been doing, which is, I don't know. You really have to pick and choose who you open up to.
Some people are not good to open up to, man. Some people will tell.
Definitely not.
Some people will
I've
just,
scared people away before. That feels bad.
yeah, or just the people that say like, like man up, suck it up, don't be a pussy, and it's like, oh yeah, like,
Yeah, love that.
I never thought of that before, man. Holy shit,
No.
let me just suck it up really quick.
How do you do that?
Yeah, but I think if you haven't gone through it, then like how could you give someone advice on something you've never went through?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I see, like I'm an only child. Like my parents are, like, they're immigrants and kind of from that old world, suck it up, no emotions, emotions aren't real kind of lifestyle. But
Yeah,
I know that's not true. I see through their mask.
definitely,
I know
man.
my dad is very hurt, and I need to help him get through what he's going through. Not hurt by me, just hurt by his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
But he buries it because he's a tough Slavic man.
Slavs, man.
Yeah, gotta, yeah, you know how it is. That's Soviet upbringing. You
Yeah,
speak out, you go gulag.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, life
That
will.
was the worst accent I've done in my life.
No, you're good, man. Life will definitely beat you down so bad, bro. And it is funny seeing people that typically don't express their emotions, seeing like the cracks in that mask they wear.
Yeah, it's interesting, but it hurts. It hurts to see when it's someone you really care about.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, there's definitely several people in my life that I wish that they would, open up like how I've been opening up, but they just won't, and they don't want to hear it from me,
Mm.
and they don't want to do it themselves, but they are struggling, and it's weird. It's weird, man. I guess we all just have
Yeah,
different ways of going through stuff.
yeah, and like upbringing makes up so much of it, because like really like, man, in like Soviet times, you talked about that. It's you're actually gonna go to the fucking gulag work camp for being mentally incapable. It's like it's fucked up. Um, but yeah, uh,
So,
that's over with for now.
so that the last time you got to that point where you were ready to go, was there anything that you felt like leading up to that, the days leading up to that, or did you just wake up one day and it was like
No,
today's the
there
day?
was a really serious catalyst. Um, and like I gotta like leave out some details or fluff them a bit because
Yeah,
it's a unique situation. I don't want to out myself,
yeah,
even
we
though that's
we
so unlikely.
we are on the internet. You never know who could see this, and
Exactly.
yeah, I do think it's good to just make sure you protect your privacy.
Yeah, 100%. Jeff isn't my real name.
Yeah, well, my real name's not
Neither is Venus.
my real name's not Brandon Buckingham, and this is also this is CGI.
Hey, that's right. I like that.
Yeah,
Man, AI is powerful.
yeah, it's getting good.
Yeah. All right, but yeah. So, jeez. So basically, something really fucked up happened regarding my career. There was like people above me. Basically, I got caught in the middle of something that has nothing to do with me, and people lying, and I essentially lost my career. That I'm 5 years into already. Um, and yeah, that was it. It was like after all that struggle from being like 15 and onwards. Now I'm almost 27. It's like, what the hell? Half my life almost has been fucked in the head.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like everything I've been working so hard for is just taken from me by a liar and something that didn't even happen. But spoiler alert, I got it back. I got my career back because it wasn't true. It was fake weird shit happened.
Well, congrats on getting that back, man. Fuck.
Thank you. But like, so yeah, that's like the main, that getting it back, that's what completely snapped me out of it. But that's the very genuine reason I was talking about earlier. Now to the slightly sillier reason that got me through that extremely low point is having one thing to look forward to. And that's my main advice for anyone struggling is you have to keep at least one thing to look forward to. Like, man, make a list. If you can make a list of things that you are looking forward to, then like you have to see those things through, and you're that much more likely to stick it through till you get to experience those things.
Mm-hmm.
And like for me, it was as silly as a video game. And like I don't even game much anymore, but like that video game is like I have to play. I have to play Armored Core 6. I cannot. I have to make it to that. and luckily, right after that game came out is when my big career issue was resolved. So essentially that one thing, like my list of things to look forward to was down to one thing, and it was a fucking video game. And luckily that that one thing took me till things turned out. Things looked up again. Fuck, sorry.
No, it's okay, man. I love you, brother, man.
I love you too, man.
I'm here with you, just trying to fucking express how we feel is hard, bro. But yeah, I feel like when shit hits the fan, sometimes you do just have to look around and like, what can I grasp onto to give me any meaning, man? To give me anything to, yeah, keep me from leaving, man.
One thing, it's like, and however stupid it is, and then there's like, luckily I still have my parents, so there's also that thought of like, I can't do it. Mom will be sad. Can't do it.
Yeah, man.
But like I was beyond that point. Like in my note, like shit, man. I had my note written, and apologized to my parents and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Isn't
didn't. And that was the right choice to not do it.
what are some things that you were thinking about when you were writing that note, or some things that you had put in that note that you wanted to leave people with?
Well, I started with pretty much apologizing to my parents, telling them they did nothing wrong. They did everything right. And it was essentially my choices that got me to this point, and me like ignoring the advice to stay away from the drugs. But again, at the same time, like I also spoke out, like I wrote about the doctors, like specifically named two doctors, the one that prescribed me the hydromorphone, and the doctor that prescribed my friend the Vicodin, and how these doctors pretty much set us up to fail from a young age.
Mm-hmm. Given just way too many of these fucking drugs to us, man.
It's like they want to kill us. Like, why the fuck? Like, you have anxiety, so you get fucking Vicodin, man. Like, you get like the drug that just makes everything go away. That's not right, man. Like, yeah. Anyways, spoke well about that. And I hate to say it, like it's kind of fucked up now thinking about it. How I like put direct blame on some people in my suicide note. Like named 3 names, so like those 2 doctors, and then the person that was responsible for, like, lying about that career shit. And yeah, I remember writing the last straw was when blank did blank.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so sorry that I couldn't keep through, but everything that I've worked for has been taken away from me, and there wasn't much there to begin with. So sorry, Mom and Dad, I love you. You did you did everything right, but it was other people and it was me that really fucked me over. Fucked myself over.
Man, and then what was the end result that night? You wrote that letter, and then what happened after you finished writing that letter?
I did the pills slowly. So I got high and I felt good and I didn't want to die anymore. um, and I actually did that 3 times total. And I kind of realized, like, okay, clearly I don't want to do this. I just want to get high and feel normal. And then I ended up, that was kind of the big eye opener. It's like, shit, got to get on Suboxone because, like, when I have opioids in my brain, apparently everything's fine. Even if it's a partial opioid that doesn't really get you high, it's still does a lot to keep you out of that extra horrible mindset that comes with withdrawals.
Yeah, man, those withdrawals are fucking savage. And yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
feel that
crazy.
too, man. I feel like I never really wanted to die as much as I just wanted to feel okay, or
Yeah,
wanted to not feel bad.
and man, that just reminded me. I never wanted to die, but like I saw, there's a guy, like a lot of people have probably heard of him, the guy that jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge
And
and
survive, yep.
survived.
Mhm.
Him and the way he worded it, and that made me realize that that's exactly what's happening. I never wanted to die, but the voice in my head, my voice was telling me that I have to kill myself. There's no other way. Like, you have to kill yourself. It's never gonna get better. You're done. You just wasted half your life. You're almost whole. And then yeah, you have to do it. You have to kill yourself because this is not getting better. And that's the voice in my head, and me fighting that. Like, no, but I don't want to. I don't want to fucking intentionally take my own life, no matter how high and good feeling I am before it happens. It's like, it'll be kind of hard to go to sleep knowing that I'm not gonna wake up, or like sniff that huge line of pill that I know is gonna kill me. I never wanted to do that. It was just this voice in my head, my own voice telling me, you have to. Fucking weird.
And it gets so dark when you once your brain is telling you to kill yourself, and then you develop a plan of how you're going to do it, and you get ready to take action on that plan. That is a really
Yeah.
bad situation.
It's like 3 separate times that I like freaking set this note out on my desk and started sniffing pills. That's so weird to think about now.
Yeah. Now, do you feel like it's
There's
just
lots of good.
do you feel like it's just like there's just a chemical imbalance in the brain, and it's like
Totally. Yeah, that's 100% my issue.
we've created this void in us from a young age by doing substances, and it's like we don't
Yeah.
feel okay and unless we have something to fill that.
Yeah, that's 100% my issue. And that's why I kind of started out with that and with the advice of like please, younger fellas, stay away. Like, your doctor wants to prescribe you some shit that you think you don't need. Turn it down until you think you need it, until you know you need it.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, try other things like shit. Take a bunch of Tylenol and Advil, because that's what they do now for the surgery that I was initially prescribed. The pills that kind of fucked my brain in the long term.
So when you woke up that next day, how were you feeling? Did you crumble up the suicide letter? Did you feel guilty?
No, well, I guess yeah. Sorry, after the final time, yeah, yes, I wasn't like the day after, but it was like after going to work and like, I don't know, I've got a really good workplace. Like, I've never been so close with coworkers, and it's like that's my favorite.
Oh man, you cut
The
out.
people I'm with
You
are,
cut it.
are good.
You cut out a little bit there, but yeah, you got a bunch of good people you got a bunch of good people at work. You said.
Yeah, so I kind of pushed my mic away from my face. Yeah, so it wasn't like the next day, but it was after like a couple of days of going back to work and just like pretending everything's good. and realizing that, you know what, everything is good. Like, this huge problem in my life is over. Now I've just got this chemical imbalance to deal with.
Yeah.
And then I ripped the note up into a hell of a lot of pieces, and I made sure to rip those 3 specific names. I really focused on ripping those up because that's, I don't know, I don't feel good about putting that on someone.
Yeah, putting
You know,
all your issues on someone else.
Mm-hmm. Especially because, like, a lot of it, how I got here is through my own choices. Like, yeah, sure, I got prescribed freaking Dilaudid when I was 15, but, like, I already knew. Like, we've all been through DARE and everything. I already knew I'm supposed to be avoiding these pills, but I just kind of went into it. And, like,
Just trusted
yeah,
that feeling, right? Trusted that, oh,
yeah,
this feels good, so this must be good.
yeah. And, like, I was never, like, full junkie. I was pretty much just, like, a weekend warrior. But still, like, every weekend for, like, almost 10 years it adds up. And it's, like, having mild withdrawals Monday through Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then shit started feeling good Thursday, Friday, just to pick up on Friday again. That was my cycle for almost 10 years. But then, like, after my uncle died, then that's when I actually, like, went fully into it and did them straight for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I realized I need Suboxone shortly after that because it spent all my fucking money.
I mean, dude, it's a blessing, but also a massive curse to be the functioning addict that no one can see they have a problem. You know,
Yeah.
I have never had anybody in my life ever tell me that they think that I have a problem with substances ever.
Yeah, I
Never.
mean, just my parents back when I thought that I didn't. Holy shit, they were right.
Yeah, so I feel like I've always been the one sounding the alarm, like, hey, I think this is fucked up. Like, hey, I said I wasn't gonna do this, and I keep doing this. But
Yep.
I think outwardly, I've always been able to maintain a pretty good poker face. You know,
Yeah, me too. That's
that can be bad.
like people that know, like, nobody. Yeah, like, nobody in my life really knows any of this. That's kind of why I wanted to come out here and talk anonymously to a whole bunch of people that don't know and probably never will.
And
But yeah,
does it feel good at all to talk about what you've
yeah,
been through?
100%. This kind of feels like therapy, which I should also really be doing.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not, as you know, not a therapist or anything, but I feel like
No,
anyone
just
can.
my internet guidance counselor.
I feel like anyone can kind of fill that role. You know, anyone that's willing to listen and anyone that's willing to not judge you and just try to help you, you know, self-reflect and whatnot. You know, because I've been to therapy. I've been to hundreds of therapy sessions, bro. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
I wish I have not given it that much of a chance. I've done like 5, and I
Yeah.
just felt weird and embarrassed every time.
Yeah, and sometimes it feels like they don't. It might just be my head, but sometimes it does feel like they don't care. Sometimes it feels like they're waiting for that hour to tick so they can get their
Oh
money.
yeah,
And
yep, yep. That's another big thing in my head. It's like, fuck you, you're just here to get paid.
yeah, man.
But also, someone that has to deal with that kind of shit on a day-to-day basis all day
Hard job.
deserves to get paid a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I asked could I handle that? Would I handle that for 60,000 a year? Hell no. Like, we better be making 6 figures if I'm taking on that much emotional toll all day, every day.
Yeah, I think that takes
There's 2 sides to it.
definitely takes a special kind of person to do that 40 hours a week for years and years, man.
Yeah, and I'm lucky enough to be in Canada where, like, insurance can cover that. Like, just through my work insurance, that's more than half covered therapy. So it's like, I really can't use that as an excuse to, like, fuck you, you're just taking my money. No, man, the government's helping me out here, and the insurance company, and my employer.
Yeah. Yeah, so tell me, how are you feeling today, like right now in this moment? How are you feeling this day?
Oh, well, aside from, like, half crying, pretty good. It's just, it's emotional, obviously, talking about this stuff, but, like, I'm feeling I'm feeling really good, man.
It's so good. It's so good. Well, dude, I think there is something fucking beautiful about us, you know, on a Friday night. Today's Friday, right?
Yeah, it is. And that's why I wanted to come and spread, like, a success story, because people need some positive shit to go into the weekend where they might just be sitting at home for 2 days. Like, that's what I might be doing.
Yeah,
But no,
man.
that's not what I'm gonna be doing.
Like we could
'Cause
be
I know that I can't be doing that.
out right now just regressing and chasing a fun and a joy that's gonna make us feel worse in the long run, and instead we're just here doing our best, man, and expressing ourselves, and I think that's something to be proud of in a way, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And honestly, I'm gonna go over to my parents' house after this and, you know, pretend that I didn't just go through this and just be happy with them.
Yeah, man,
Because
just
holy fuck, I was so close.
man.
Yeah.
I really hope you feel in your heart that you don't need to do that, you know, and that there's things that we can do, and
Yeah. No, I do now.
there's things that
After hearing that guy talk about how it wasn't him, it was the voice in his head saying you have to.
yeah,
That's like the most relatable thing I've ever heard.
yeah.
That's big eye opener.
Yeah, I mean it's suicidal ideation, man. It's you don't have to accept every thought that comes into your brain. We're gonna have a lot of times where our brain is trying to trick us and deceive us, and if we don't have a good routine and a good plan and a good understanding of where we want to go, I feel like a lot of times it's gonna get to us, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
That's
I feel like if I didn't have
concrete plan is what you need.
I feel like if I didn't have the gym and the walking and the goal of sobriety and the stream to keep me feeling like I have a purpose, I mean, there's no way that there's just no way that I would be sober these past 6 days with how I feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like if you don't give yourself a meaning and you don't give yourself a purpose, how can you expect to succeed?
Yeah, like exactly. And that's every time that's worked out for me, it's been because I take on an extra purpose or two or three.
Mm-hmm.
Two or three might get you overwhelmed and like wanting to just like chill out and get high again. And I've been there.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you just gotta like slowly replace those addictions with a new addiction, whether it's the gym or playing an instrument, playing sports, or preferably a combination of all those physical and mental activity. Get you where you need to be.
Do you ever think about the shame that you feel when you were gonna take yourself out of this world, and you feel that shame about, you know, putting your parents through pain? Do you ever let that shame kind of like turn into just thankfulness and happiness that you have something you care about that much?
Yeah, I do now, and that's exactly what I was thinking. That's why I said like, yeah, I'm gonna go over to my parents' house after this and just enjoy the evening.
Yeah, man. And sometimes I think it is good to, or I don't know. I could be totally wrong, but sometimes I feel like it is good to not always talk about it and to just have those moments where it feels like everything's okay.
Yeah, and that's like something that I've had to actually tell my parents, because they know to a pretty good extent what I go through. Like, not the whole thing. They don't know the extent of my drug use and like exactly how close I've been. And they never will know because they can't. They'll fuck them up.
Yeah. And you know, sometimes I feel like there's certain people that you don't need to talk to it about. You know, I never told anybody at my job as a teacher about anything I went through that whole year. I never told them anything, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially in like a professional setting, it's you really gotta pick and choose who you can actually talk to.
Yeah.
There's one guy that I work with that he's become a pretty close friend, and that's like we don't fully let loose around each other, but like we have clearly been through similar things, and we may not be fully outward about it, but we both know that we're there for each other, and like shit gets really bad, we can talk, and it's like someone that's there with you all day, and they know, and they keep an eye on you and make fun of you when you're being quiet and depressed, which is good for me.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, look at the little sad boy being all sad.
Yeah.
It's hard to not laugh when someone says that to you.
No,
Well,
yeah.
At least for me.
No, me too, man. Like, you don't want to be mocked, but sometimes it is good, like, just to be like, hey, man, I'm about to call the ambulance on you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Not in a mean way.
That's like I've been
break that sad ice or whatever you want to call it.
Exactly. That's like, yeah, that's a good thing. And that's like after years of working with this person. So it's not like right away just open up to your coworkers. Don't fucking open up to your coworkers right away. Give it years. Um, yeah, but shit, what was I gonna say? About the guilt of potentially leaving my parents is. I think that's where I was going. Yes, that is a big thing. Oh, I remember what I was saying. Not wanting to talk about shit all the time. My parents had this bad habit, which is good. It comes completely from love, but where every time we'd see each other, they'd be like, "Oh, so how are you? Are you still depressed? Are you why are you still depressed?" I was like, "Hey, you have to stop fucking asking me that. Like seriously, when I come over, when we see each other, we just gotta enjoy the moment. I'm here to be happy and enjoy our time. Like I know you care, but I'm better off when I don't talk about it all the time."
Yeah, yeah. It's just picking and choosing your moments. I feel like since I started this stream,
Yes, exactly.
I feel like I've had an increase in uptick in people checking on me, and
Hmm. No, I see that in the chat even.
I
Lots of
and I can
super chats.
I mentally can't talk about this stuff all day, So
Of course,
so
yeah, this is hard, man. Like phew, I haven't cried this much in a while, and it's
yeah,
public. What the fuck?
same man,
Uh,
same dude. So I feel like just picking those moments where you do want to get vulnerable, and then those other times just saying, like everything is good, and just trying to trick yourself, like yeah, it is
hmm,
good, because I'm not. If yeah, like that's what I do. If I'm not ready to talk about it, and it's not my time to open up to someone, I'll just tell them, yeah, everything is good, everything's fine.
yeah, I like to say good enough. Like
Yeah,
if it's someone I can be honest with, it's like yeah, obviously I'm not like 100%, but I'm good enough. I'm here. We're smiling. We're acting normal. We're having a good time. We're good enough.
yeah, man, we are good enough, dude, and I'm happy to fucking be alive with you on this Friday, October 6th,
Too.
man. I'm happy we're both still here, man. In the past year, we could have taken each other out, and or not each other. Yeah, we're gonna.
Man, we could have had a fucking fight to the death.
We could have killed each other in the past year.
Yeah.
No, but
Jesus.
you know what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I'm happy.
Man,
I'm happy
imagine.
you're here, man. I'm really happy you're here.
Me too. Like to think I could have gone through my short life without even playing Armored Core 6. What the fuck? What kind of life would that be?
That doesn't sound like much of a life to me. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
So, so
Yeah.
what are your goals for the rest of this month, man? We're 6 days into this month. What do you want to set as an expectation for yourself?
I gotta quit smoking weed because yeah, it's like I'm just kind of in this not a horrible cycle, but just like a kind of a cycle of nothingness. Like I go to work, come home, smoke some weed, and just kind of like fuck around on electronics for till I fall asleep. It's pretty boring. It's not much. And like I do, excuse me, I'll ride my bike and longboard and all that. I haven't been going to the gym, but essentially, yeah, it's basically my goals are basically what you have just started doing. Quit weed, go to the gym, go more walks, and just get outside and enjoy life. I live right next to the river in my city. It's super beautiful. I have no excuse to not be out cruising the river right now. Not right now. This is a good excuse to not be out there right now. But
Yeah,
all weekend it would be silly to sit in my house when I'm lucky enough to live in a beautiful place like this.
yeah. I think it's great to get out there and get connected to nature and everything. But I was talking to one of my friends, and one of my friends was not a big gym guy, and he was saying like, "Oh, I feel like I can't." I can't get sober. I'm not. I don't want to go to the gym. Da, 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 da. And I was just telling him, why don't you set a
Yeah, you
goal?
never want to,
Like, why
but you
don't
have to.
I feel like some people could set a goal to just do something physical for 30 minutes to an hour a day, whatever that may
Yeah.
be. Like, and you could write down, I'm gonna walk, I'm gonna bike, or I'm gonna longboard, whatever I want to do, and just go, just try to have fun with it.
Yeah, and like chances are that 30 minutes to an hour is gonna turn into more because you realize, oh, this is nice. I'm enjoying this. I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep going.
just gotta force yourself to do it. So, what are do you have like quantifiable? Like, do you want to stop smoking weed tonight? Do you want to stop smoking? Do you want to wean off? How many times do you want to go to the gym? These kind of things. Because I feel like we got to quantify it to give ourselves direction. Because I feel like the more specifics you give yourself, the less wiggle room you have for convincing yourself to fuck up.
Yeah. So that's something I've actually been thinking about a lot today. I'm probably still gonna smoke weed tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm gonna smoke weed tomorrow, but I definitely, by the time I go to work next week, I won't be smoking weed. And like that's the other thing. I find it a lot easier to quit when you have a full day um, that's occupied. So
Mm-hmm.
like I really struggle to quit on a Saturday when it's like I don't really have any plans, and that's pretty much tomorrow. So I'm kind of leaning towards last time I smoked being Sunday night, and then boom, Monday, go to work, come home, and do something else when I get home. And that's what's worked for me most of the times in the past, like 4 or 5 times I've been through this.
Yeah.
Is like it's so much easier when you have an occupied day,
Mm-hmm.
which is for me that's Monday to Friday to get through the worst of the withdrawals. Because that's like in my experience with weed, it's like day 4 is a big milestone. Every time for me, day 4, I always seems to feel so much better. And of course, everyone's different. I don't know if I'm remembering wrong, but day 4 like sucked ass for you, right?
I think so. I think I was doing a lot
Yeah,
of doing a lot of crying on day 4, but
yeah, yeah. But I don't know. I'm like a super fast metabolism guy, so lucky for me, that's my turnaround point.
hell yeah, man.
Usually, I can't guarantee it every time, but
And then as
but that
far
that's something nice to look forward to. Is that if I start on Monday, by the weekend I'm gonna be feeling pretty good.
and then I guess our this month we're gonna focus on getting the weed down and the exercise up, and then maybe next month you'll think about the Suboxone situation or what you want to do with that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm already thinking about that, and that's another thing I'm doing is like, shit. Do I quit weed first, or do I start weaning off the Suboxone while I'm still have something to like get me high if I feel that craving to get high? But I don't know. I'm kind of losing that craving to get high as I realize that it's not doing much for me. It's kind of just sit here.
Well,
What's the fun sitting here?
the rapper idea Michael Larson, rest in peace, he had a really powerful quote about addiction. He said addiction manifests itself through the act of quitting. So I feel like
Mm,
yeah, once we're in that mode, we're quitting, that's when we really realize how bad it is. So
yeah,
I fucking commend you
I feel
for
that.
I commend you for yeah, being so open and raw and honest and self-reflective, dude.
Yeah, I commend you for the same. Like this is crazy. Like I said, like never engaged with streaming or YouTube really until I see you doing something so important like this, and yeah, just felt like I had to share that it can get better, even if it's not fully better for me. It's like it's been a long struggle, and I don't know. This time feels a little extra good, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, man.
Like, yeah,
I I
yeah,
I,
that's
I,
all.
I definitely fucking believe in you, man, and I hope you give yourself a fair chance to win. And as far as you seeing value in the stream, man, I think this is a good lesson for anyone that's watching this. Is um, I don't know how many people are in the stream right now. I think yeah, like 190 people. You know, we could be sitting here thinking that's not that many people or it doesn't matter, but um,
And you put that many people in a room, that's a lot of fucking people.
like we find value in it, you know. And
Yeah,
and we could sit here and be like, oh well, Kai Cenat has 50,000 followers. You're not, or viewers. You're not doing shit. But you know, we're all here and we're connected and we're finding value in one another. And yeah, like the small things in life can bring so much joy.
yeah, exactly. Like just a nice sunny day where the weather's perfect and you got your favorite hoodie on. That's
Hmm.
a small joy.
Yeah, and sometimes you only need one person to be there for you, just one person to listen.
Yeah,
And sometimes,
exactly.
yeah, there could be someone in your life that
I'm
just needs you to be that one person, right?
yeah, and I've been that person a lot. Like you mentioned this earlier about like being the one with advice and like what am I trying to say?
It's easier to tell people about it than to do it
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah, exactly. And I've been like that a lot. And another weird thing is like I was always a friend that people came to for dating advice, despite like not dating that much compared to other people.
Yeah.
But and just in general, like I'm always seem so good at offering advice, but then yeah, not applying it to myself.
I feel that, bro. I feel
That's
that.
why, and like writing shit down when you're in good moments, good clear moments like this, writing things down is really important, and that's something that I did not fuck with for a while. I was like, no, that's stupid. I don't want to leave a paper trail or whatever. Writing it down is pointless. But no,
No, bro.
man, if you like, you wake up and you see that list of core rules to follow on your bulletin board in your kitchen. That's my situation. It's like it's hard to ignore.
Yeah, man. When you see that light and you get a glimpse of that light and you get a glimpse of that purpose, I think you gotta capture it and you gotta write it down and you gotta remember that because
Yep.
it doesn't come much, man. It does not come much for some of us. So, but yeah, brother, I wanted to just thank you for calling in, and I'm
Yeah.
fucking
Thank you for having me.
I'm fucking proud of you, dude, and I look forward to hearing how that weed journey goes, man. And maybe maybe
Proud of you too.
maybe it's gonna go really good, and then maybe come November, bro, we're gonna be, cutting down on that boxing.
Yep. That's what I'm hoping for.
Hell yeah, brother. Well, have a beautiful Friday night. I hope you enjoy your time with your
You too,
family, and
man.
thank you so much for calling in.
Will do. Thanks for having me. Well,
Thank you.
this was cool. All right, take
Absolutely.
care.
See you, bro. Man, I love I love talking to you guys, dude. I fucking love talking to you guys. It really it's crazy how much we have in common. It's crazy how many similarities that we all have. And yeah, I really feel for that brother right there. So looks like I missed a dono here. Banchan gave $10 and said, "Hey Brandon, been a while since I last tuned in. I just wanted to say thank you for not only this stream but for everything you do. You're appreciated more than you know. I hope you have a good night, man." Thank you, Banchan or Banchan. I could be saying it wrong. I have no idea. But yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate you saying that, and I appreciate you thinking that. You know what I'm saying? I am. I can say that I am proud I have not given up. I will say that. I am proud that we are still in it. And it's going to get better, bro. I think it is going to get better. So, yeah, let's take another caller. Let's take another caller. Yo,
Yes. Yo, we have Hamza.
Hamza.
Hello.
All right, let's do it, Hamza. Gang. Hamza, man, what's going on?
Hey, Brandon. Well, first of all, I just wanted to say thank you because, I mean, your whole story, um, it inspired me and it's given me hope because, um, I'm in a similar situation. Last year, August 5th, my older brother, he passed away and it's been tough. It's the hardest year of my life, honestly. And just seeing everything you've kind of mustered up with your channel and everything that you're doing despite having that happen. I mean, I seriously don't know how you did it. It's tough going through this.
Yeah, man, I think that losing someone like that is one of the most savage things you'll ever go through. I think this has got to be one of the hardest years that you'll ever go through in your life.
Yeah, for sure.
And I
Yeah,
feel
I mean,
I feel like there could be some comfort in that, knowing like, damn, if I could get through this year, like it probably won't be this bad again.
yeah, I mean, every every month that goes by, just especially like the first Friday of each month, because that's when it happened. I, it's just you just kind of relive it. Like today, it's been rough.
Yeah, so I mean, this is something that happened just like 8 weeks ago.
This happened a year ago in August.
Okay, so a year and 2 months.
Hmm.
Yeah, man, that's super fucking recent, dude. 14 months ago. And this is you said older or younger?
Yeah, my older brother. He was 28. I'm 27. So I mean, the thing you said about like me outliving him. I mean, it's gonna happen soon, and it's just a really, really uncanny feeling.
Right? Yeah, that I'll always be your little brother even when I grow older.
Yeah.
Yeah, that line that makes me sad to think about, man. But I mean, I guess what's the alternative? We're gonna go before him and be eternalized as the little brother. That doesn't sound good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not I'm not feeling suicidal or anything. It's just it's tough. Like sometimes you just you just don't want to exist anymore because like reality can seem so fucked up.
Yeah, you
You
want to.
know?
Yeah, you don't want this to be your reality. You want to wake up from this and
Yeah.
you want to go back. So, I mean, do you want to talk at all about what happened, or do you want to talk about like ways to cope with it, or what do you want to talk about that?
Well, um,
Because I know it's a touchy
I'm
subject, and I don't want to just start rattling off questions. You know what I mean?
no, that's fine. I mean, he did he committed suicide, which is unfortunate. He's dealing with a lot of crap, and he lived in a different state at the time, and I was traveling for work when it happened. So I mean, I wanted to pay him a visit because of what he was going through, and that's just unfortunate. You know,
Yeah,
I guess it was just too much for him or something, and I don't know. I mean, there's no amount of saying sorries and notes that would make anyone who cares about you forgive you for doing something like this. In my opinion, like it's just an unforgivable thing. I think, and you just hurt everyone who loves you. When you do something like that.
yeah, man. You take that pain that you're going through, and then you put it on to everyone that ever cared about you.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not abusing any substances. I'm not taking drugs or drinking. I mean, I've been not doing too great at work anymore, um, which kind of sucks. And I haven't been taking care of my health. I mean, I stopped going to the gym. I stopped working out, and I mean, I'm trying to fix that. I mean, I gained like 10 pounds. I mean, I'm small. I went from like 150 to 160, but I'm just out of shape and I feel horrible about it. And
Hmm.
I've been trying to get back into that just to just so I don't completely fall off.
Yeah, man. And it's all such a snowball. Don't you feel like the depression begets more depression? It's like, damn,
Yes.
I was sad, so then I made all these bad decisions that led me to be more sad, and it's like, fuck.
Yeah, that's really true. But just knowing, I mean, it's like you said, just knowing that you're not suffering alone. Like it's not you're not like damned by everything in the universe. Like there are other people out there that are going through shit too, and just knowing that I'm not alone because there's others and um people who've lived through something like this, and they're making something of themselves, and they're doing a lot, kind of like what you're doing. um it it helps a lot, so thank you.
Man, thank you. I mean, I feel like it's a mutual thing. It's a mutual benefit to, yeah, like we're probably feeling the same feelings of like loneliness and isolation and everything and grief. Have you,
Yeah, it's been really isolating, this whole thing, this whole year.
dude, if somebody has never dealt with a dead relative, it's like sometimes they just like all they can say is like I'm sorry for your loss, and it's like just such an uncomfortable thing. Or I don't know. I remember,
Yeah,
dude, I remember that first year when people would ask me like, "Are you okay?" Like, because that they people knew it was that my brother had died. Hey, are you okay? Are you okay? And I got so tired of being asked that because I just wanted to. I would always say yes, but I wanted to say like, "Fuck no, dude. No, I'm not okay. My fucking brother is dead."
yeah. I mean, this is not a friend. I mean, I've lost a friend like 6 years ago, and that sucked a lot. But this is like your brother. This is like your best friend ever. You grew up with him, everything. It's
Always there.
fucked. Yeah,
Always there, man.
it's just like the biggest void ever. I mean, I used to call him every week because He lived in Kansas, and I'm in Florida, so it's just something to keep in contact, and we could keep each other updated on whatever's going on. But
So
it hurts.
yeah,
Go ahead.
man. Have have you found any ways that have helped you cope with it or come to terms with it or just make
I
it
mean,
feel any
I was
better,
hoping to
bro?
ask you that because I mean, you you started a whole YouTube thing after it happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming you quit your job when it happened, and then you started this.
So man, I took 2 days off work. I took that Thursday and that Friday off work, and then I finished out the school year. I didn't take any grieving time off.
Wow.
My brother died in September, and I worked until June 18th. Which that's not like not everyone is going to be able to do that. Like my mom, for instance, she had to take like 3 whole months off work. Like she just could not. She just couldn't go in and have people ask about like, yeah, like how are you? It's like I'm fucked up. I
Yeah.
you
No,
need
I get that. Like
you need
I had to take
time.
like a couple weeks off.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think it's good to take that time. Sometimes I regret not taking that time.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to like tough through it for like a couple months, and then I was just like, you know what? I'm like not doing anything at work, so I just told my boss like I have to take 2 weeks off, or I'm like just not be gonna be able to do anything, and I mean that helped. But I'm kind of back to that kind of thing where I'm like messing up at work again for the past like month or so. Um, I mean, it just gets tough sometimes, and I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, man. When you're going through something like this, I feel like you. I mean, I asked you. I asked you for advice because I'm having a hard time myself. But I mean, I could definitely give you some stuff that's helped me. I feel like when I'm really feeling down about my brother and stuff, man, I just gotta try to cut myself some slack and not beat myself up because it's such a head fuck, dude. It's such a mind fuck and
Yes, yeah. I mean, when it happened, it was like the biggest mind fuck ever. Like I just couldn't believe it, and I mean, I've just been like playing a bunch of video games to like distract myself, but I feel like I'm just kind of hooking myself on a bunch of distractions, and sometimes that's all you can do, maybe.
mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I think the best thing to do would be to just work on your health and I don't know, just yeah, try to find. I mean, I just feel like I'm just saying a bunch of bullshit.
Right.
It's tough. Like,
So have
I
you?
really don't know. I just kind of go day to day and just if I feel like shit, I distract myself with I mean, I don't do drugs. I mean, I just play games or you know,
Yeah. So I mean, here are some things that I think about when I really am fucked up about my brother. I think, man, I am so lucky and so thankful that I got to be his little brother and I got to spend my entire my like his entire life. I got to spend that like with him, and I'm just so it's a blessing to love something so much that you miss it, and everything in life is temporary, bro. Like I've said before, we are going to die ourselves, or we're gonna watch everyone we love die.
yeah,
And I'm happy to have people that I love enough to grieve, and I'm really thankful and happy that I got that time with my brother. And I also think about how yeah, I just try to put it in God's hands. Like, this happened for a reason, and my brother Kyle, for whatever reason, it was his time to pass on, and and there's got to be a message in this. God sends his harshest storms to free us of the dock. So I was just thinking, what could possibly be the message in this, man? And I spun it into pursuing my dreams. I spun it into I am not going to be a cog in the wheel of this education machine that I don't even believe in or support, and I am going to do what I've always wanted to do, and I'm not going to let anyone or anything tell me not to, because I know I could be done. It could be over for me. sooner than I
Yeah.
think.
No, I think you're doing great, man. And I mean, if anything, you being really honest and open about your story, I mean, it's helped me, and I'm sure it helped a bunch of other people too.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, you same goes for you. You telling me about what you're going through. It's just it helps, man. Because I mean, we're two guys on a Friday on the internet just trying to figure out how to get over the loss of our brother,
Yeah.
and that makes
And
makes me feel less alone. Bro, I don't have that many people that are around my age that have lost their brother to relate to. I mean, I can think of like no, like just about nobody really.
yeah, I mean, it's way too young, honestly.
Yeah.
And I mean, about God, I mean, I'm a Muslim, and I've been trying to, kind of rekindle that. I mean, when this happened, you question things like just why,
Yeah, like so being a Muslim, do you find yourself being angry at God at all?
I mean, it just, yeah, I guess, I guess that's the best way to put it. I just feel like, what's the point? Like, I used to pray every week, and I used to be, I mean, I used to try to keep up with my religion the best I could, and after this happened, I mean, I just kind of, I lost a lot of faith. It just feels like really messed up, and I don't know, but I think I should try to get back into it. I think it might be helpful for me. I don't know.
It's been
It's
it's been one of the only things in my life that has made it feel better, man. And yeah, there was this quote from this rap song by this artist named Prolific. The song's
mm,
called One Day at a Time, and he said, "With no God to take it out on, I'm out on my own." And I know it's just a simple thing, but when I thought about that, it made me think like, man, I do not want to be out on my own, man. I just want to have that belief and that faith because what is the alternative?
yeah, the alternative is very like extremely bleak. Like nothing matters. Everything's meaningless.
Yeah,
You know.
man, that apathy, bro. That apathy. But has there been any literature or any quotes or just things that you've heard that have just clicked with you and made you able to recontextualize and reevaluate some of these thoughts?
Um, I think it's something. It's like a saying. You can either let like a tragedy strengthen you, define you, or um break you down. Right. I think I probably messed up the quote, but I mean, I try to not let it define me. I try to not let it rip me apart. I'm just trying to learn to live with it because I mean, this is something you don't move on from. You just have to learn to live with it, and um, I I just try every day. Um, I mean, I think compared to last year, like a year ago, I am doing better. I mean, when it happened, I was just a complete wreck. I was just really messed up by it. But one step at a time. Uh, I'll try to get on the fitness thing that you're doing. Hopefully, it'll you know, be a step in the right direction for me.
Yeah, man. I mean, for me, just having my sixth day in the gym, I can feel it the past 2 days in the gym, like it's getting better. I'm not necessarily feeling better emotionally, but like physically, man, and just having something that I know I'm improving at, it does feel good, bro. That
Yeah.
it does feel good because I know if I don't go to the gym, man, it's like I used to write something down in wrestling. I used to say you're either getting better or you're getting worse, and that would help me remind me to work on my different areas of my wrestling game that I was neglecting.
Hmm.
Um, and I think that's something that I've been thinking about lately about just the different areas of my health, man. Like if I'm not working on my health, I'm letting it slip. If I'm not working on my strength and my positive self-talk, then I know where it's gonna go, and I know what I am capable of doing to myself, and I do not want to let myself do that or just get into those self sabotaging ways.
Right. Um, do you miss wrestling and doing that? Because I used to do martial arts when I was in high school, and then when I went to college, I just kind of had to stop that because college is ridiculously hard when you're doing engineering, and
Yeah,
I think college is over. But
yeah, no,
yeah, I mean, I kind of miss doing martial arts, and that was like my way of keeping fit and stuff. And it's kind of hard to find that when you're older, I think.
yeah, no, I do miss that as well. I miss the motivation. I miss the brotherhood of all my teammates. But yeah, I mean, in the back of my head, I'm hoping that I'm going to be getting in pretty good shape and I'm going to be getting back on those mats maybe. But part of that is out of control out of my control because I do have a lot of injuries with the 4 knee
Hmm.
surgeries and then now spinal
Oh
shit,
wow,
this spinal shit that I'm going through. So yeah, I'm not trying to put too much pressure on if I'll be able to get back to that place, but I know I'm going to be, the whole time I've been doing YouTube, I've every now and then been helping out with coaching and my dad runs a junior league program and I'm friends with a lot of the coaches in Maryland. So yeah, just staying involved in it. I'll never not be involved in wrestling, but I would like to get back to competing. And I think yeah, it's
that's
something to,
good.
something to look forward to, right? Something to feel good about. It's like, damn, I'm getting better, or I'm making improvements, or even just a positive distraction, man.
Yeah,
Because like wrestling and martial arts is like a video game to me. Like, all right, let me acquire these skills and these techniques, and then I'm going to try to apply them on people. And then there's counters to those techniques, and there's counters to those counters, and it's all just like one big human chess game. And
yep,
it's fun. I like it.
yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know if I'll do martial arts now. I mean, I feel like it's easier when you're younger because I don't know. I mean, is it weird to get back into martial arts after like so long? Because I'm 27 now, and
I
I
mean,
left when I was 18.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what is weird? What is like weird? I guess the better question is it weird to you? You know what I mean? Because I don't
I
think
mean,
it's weird. I
it would
think it's
feel weird
badass.
going back.
I think it's badass. I don't think it's weird at all. But I just think you should ask yourself, is it weird to you? And if it is, then why are you telling yourself that? Because it could be weird to everyone. The whole chat could be roasting you. Not that they would, but they could be roasting you, telling you it's weird. And like, if it's something that would make you feel better and it would be a positive, healthy thing for you to do, then like, who gives a fuck who thinks it's weird? I think martial arts is great.
All right, I might give it a shot then.
Why not? What do you have to lose?
That's true.
Right? And if you're not feeling good on a day to day basis and you're not feeling like you can thrive in your work, then maybe you got to do some stuff to take better care of yourself outside of work and put yourself into a position to succeed in work. And that could be exercise. We can only speak for ourselves and find out what our own personal paths are. But I would love to see you in the gym, bro. I've never seen anyone that is doing martial arts that it has not benefited their lives, bro. I think martial arts is is fucking awesome, dude.
I was definitely it definitely felt good doing martial arts back then. I've fond memories of it.
Yeah. And with so much confusion in our society and just in my personal brain, like just having that truth on those mats and having that clarity and that concreteness of the martial arts, I really like it. It's a good coping thing, and it could be coaching. You could help others achieve their goals in martial arts. It's another super rewarding, valuable thing.
Yeah, there's a rewarding simplicity to it. That's true.
Yeah, man. Um, how are your parents? Can I, or I don't, you can not answer this question if you want, but how are your parents coping with this loss, man?
Um, I mean, my older brother, he had kind of a really strained relationship with my parents. They had a lot of disagreements and stuff. But I mean, obviously they're extremely devastated when this happened. And I mean, I kind of have a strained relationship with my father because of this. Because I mean, I feel like my dad should have fixed his relationship with my older brother. Um, before it kind of escalated to this. Um, I don't really talk to him that much anymore unless it's like something important or he needs something or whatever. I still talk to my mom. I mean, um, I don't know if she's doing the best. I don't really know. I mean, she's really faithful in her religion and stuff. So um, I don't know. I mean, I try to be there for. I have a younger brother, and I try to be there for my younger brother and my mom. And I mean, even if my dad really needs stuff, I try to help.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
but
I asked that because like nobody in this world is going to understand the pain of who you've lost and who your brother was except you know, your family and the people that know him best. And I feel like um really just being open and honest with them and connecting with them. And you know, I don't know what kind of family you have and it might not be applicable, but that's helped me a lot. Is just when I'm really feeling it, man, I'll talk to my mom, and you know, she's usually right there with me, and I feel like we've done a good job of being kind of a counterbalance of, you know, I'll be a shoulder for her when she needs it, and then she'll be there for me when I need it. And you know, there's just not very many people in this world that can fill that role because you know, no, not ever, very few people knew Kyle and loved my brother like you know, like family. And do you think there could be a possibility of incorporating some more of that into your life as far as like just connecting with your family about it, and grieving together, and building new positive happy memories with your family that you can feel good about?
yeah, I mean, yeah, my mom. I mean, she's definitely helped me a lot. She's always there for me and stuff, and I appreciate her. Um, I mean, my extended family, they came for the funeral and everything. Um, I'm kind of distant from my extended family. I didn't really talk to them that much. There's a lot, I don't know, a lot of family infighting or something, and my parents don't really get along with my extended family that much, which is unfortunate. But you know, I try to talk to my cousins sometimes, but I don't know. It's just it's tough. It's not the same, you know.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of people aren't going to get it. Well, man, do you think there are some things that you could incorporate that you think might make you feel better, or you think might maybe help your performance at work, help you feel more confident and more energetic and more fulfilled at work?
I think the biggest struggle is you know, because of the nature of how my brother died and how I kind of feel like I was caught up in it because I was talking to him and trying to talk him through this stuff. Uh, I mean, sometimes I feel a lot of guilt, and that really eats away at me the most. Sometimes, like, I mean, I am dealing with grief, and there's a void, but I mean, there's also the guilt there, and you know, I've just been like really reclusive this past year because of that. I feel like what kind of brother am I, you know, to to let this happen, even though it's a completely irrational thought. I mean, it still kind
Mm-hmm.
of creeps up sometimes, and
Yeah.
just realizing like that is a ridiculous kind of line of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
That is the best way to work through that, but it still messes me up, man. Like
I feel
you
like
just kind of feel like you have a mark of shame like right over your head or something. Like that's how I feel sometimes.
yeah, like I wish I could have done more.
Yeah.
I feel that, man. I severely feel that, and sometimes what helps me is to recontextualize like what I'm thinking, and usually if I put things in terms of if I did this, would I want this person to feel that way? Because it's so, like I said, it's so easy for me to be graceful with other people, but it's so hard to give myself that grace. So I think about like, man, if what would have happened to me, if what would have happened to my brother happened to me, would I want my brother to feel like it was his fault or like he was in pain, and I should have done something, and no, like that, you know, you would never feel that, right? You would never put that weight on your brother if the roles were reversed, right?
Right. Yeah.
So
No, you have a good point with that.
so
Like
I feel like I
you
got,
have to appreciate what you have and stuff too.
yes, we just got to catch ourselves, man. Catch our inner monologue and catch our self-talk, and not let us spiral and go down those loops, go into those loops of self-blame and self-doubt. Because shit, man, if there was anything we could have done for our brothers, you know, that time is
We would have, and
we would have.
yeah,
And also that, like, that time has passed, so like maybe I think about, maybe it's time I start thinking about who in my life might be struggling right now, and how can I be there for them.
that's good, man.
You
That's
know,
really good.
who in my life might need me to check on them or be there for them or care about them, in a way that maybe I wish I was there for my brother.
Yeah, that's that's true.
Because yeah, we can't amend the past, man, but we can write a new future. We can change this future, man.
Amen.
So, well, brother, was there anything else you wanted to talk about before we?
Um, could you talk about how you kind of mustered the motivation to start your YouTube journey and all that? Like, how'd that come about?
So I was to yeah, totally break down. Let me think. So my brother passed away. I took 2 days
Right.
off work, and I decided it is worth it to me to like double down on this job because I worked for 6 years to get it, and I spent a lot of money and sacrificed a lot to get it. So I'm just gonna focus on being the best at this job I could be. And then as I was doing the job, I was starting to feel unfulfilled in the job. So then I was like, all right, well, I'm going to start doing jujitsu full time. So then I started training jujitsu full time and was getting ready to compete in jujitsu. And, um, I was getting a lot of joy out of the jujitsu and really no joy out of teaching. And bro, as a teacher, like they set up all these ridiculous hoops for you to jump through, and just such unrealistic expectations. And I had kids whirling scissors at my face, and then I would try to be like, hey, can we get him an office referral or suspended? And they'd be like, oh well, um, yeah, I don't want to get too much into the details because it's controversial to fucking say
No, no,
anything
school
nowadays.
is pretty bad these days,
But bro, like
man.
they have these loops, these things in place, and I just do not believe in the school system, and I do not believe in a lot of the things that they're doing,
Yeah, it's flawed to the core. It's
and
really bad.
and I just realized, like, so when my brother passed away, he was I want to say 13 years into the Air Force, and I know he wanted to do something else, but he said, I'll be able to retire in 7 years. So
Hmm.
he was sticking it out for 7 years, and that those 7 years never came. He never got to experience that retirement. He never got to pursue what he wanted. He passed away doing a job that he was not enjoying at the time, and that's gut wrenching to me. I mean, that is makes me sick to think about. So, as I slowly realized, because there's certain things in life, there's certain goals and dreams that you won't realize if they're for you until you achieve them. So I had
Yeah.
achieved that goal and that dream of becoming a teacher, and as I slowly realized that it was not for me, I said, the whole time I was in school, I hated fucking college. I hated it, and I wanted to quit, and I stuck through college to get to this goal. And then once I got there, I didn't want to be there, and I started thinking, like, well, if I teach for 18 more years, I'll make $100,000 a year. And I was
Hmm.
like, I am not going to get caught into that trap, and I am not going to do this job to make anyone else happy, and I am not going to put off my dreams and my happiness just to play it safe. Because I don't. What if I end up like my brother? If I died when I was 34, I would never get $100,000 from teaching, and to me it just wasn't worth it. And I just really started to evaluate what I viewed as a good job, or a career that would make me feel fulfilled and happy. And in my mind, it was, I always made music, I always wrote poetry, I always drew cartoons, and I knew I just wanted to do something in art, or have a way to express myself. And because the teaching the art, I thought that would be it, but it wasn't it, bro. Because you can't teach someone who doesn't want to listen. You can't.
Yeah.
I had as many as 37 kids in a classroom, cohorted classes, and I just wasn't helping. I wasn't making a difference, and it was hurting me in the process. So yeah, I kind of just thought about what I wanted to do, and it was honestly, I when I was quitting my job and I was starting my YouTube channel, at that same time I was applying for sales positions.
Hmm.
And I was about to get this sales position at Cintas. It's like, I don't even remember what the fuck they make anymore, but it's some dumbass job. I was gonna make 70K a year, which sounded good to me. That sounds good. That still sounds pretty good, to be honest. But I remember during the interview, they made me take like a 3-hour personality test, and I was just it was just like more bullshit. I was like, fuck this. I don't want to play it safe, and I don't want to do anything except what I think is going to make me happy, like genuinely. So it was a Sunday in January. I had just competed in a jiu-jitsu tournament the weekend before, and I got first place. My next practice back, I hurt my knee, partially tore my ACL again. So I was like, damn, the jiu-jitsu stuff isn't going to be there. And I always did music videos, and I never felt like a cool guy. Like when I rapped, I never felt like I played the rapper role well. I always felt like a dork, like lame, and just I never felt like a rapper. But I always felt like I was funny. You know what I mean? I always felt like I made people laugh and shit to my friends. And I saw that there was a massage parlor in my town called Elite Spa that had been busted for giving out hand jobs to people. I thought that was fucking hilarious, and it just the idea struck me. I'm gonna go around as a fake reporter, um, and I'm gonna ask people what they think about the massage parlor, like a news report, right? And just be
Yeah,
like,
that video is hilarious, by the way.
yeah, like, what do you guys think about Elite Spa giving out masturbations? I heard they were milking young men like cows. Like, just shooting the shit with people. And the guy who filmed my music videos, Matt Offhacker, he was more than willing to come help me with that, with filming that. And after we filmed it, Matt told me, like, bro, this is one of the funniest videos I've ever seen. And I didn't really fully believe him at the time, but I knew I really enjoyed it. And from filming, when I filmed that one video, and I think relying on having these moments like this might not always be good, because throughout the YouTube journey I've had this moment did not last. You know what I mean? But in that
Mhm.
moment, after I filmed that video, that was on a Sunday. The next Monday, I went into to school and I put in my 6-month resignation form. And I literally decided that day that I was going to become a YouTuber. And I started filming videos, editing them, showing them to my friends, showing them to people, asking them to be harsh with me. And then I backlogged like however many videos, 7-8 videos, and just got prepared for whenever the June 18th came and I was out of my teaching contract, because they gave me a good opportunity to teach, and I didn't want to shoot them in the foot or anything. So I waited until the day that my teaching contract was over, June 18th, and that same day I released my first episode to a whopping like probably 70 views. And
Mhm.
and I set a goal right then. I said I'm going to release a video every single Thursday until I hit 100,000 subscribers, no matter how long that takes. And it took, I think, 81 weeks of every Thursday without missing a single one. And by the time I hit 100K, I was just about to break even. But yeah, at one point I was down $20,000. But I knew what I was doing. I had saved up that money. So I know. So yeah, how did I do it? I found out what I thought would make me happy and what job I thought I wanted to do. I made a concrete and attainable plan and what that would look like and how to put that into action. And then I didn't just film a video and put it out. I took my time to try to hone and craft my shit, drew my logo, and just find my style, and gave myself time to explore. And then, yeah, when that deadline came, I went for it.
Yeah, man. So I guess setting goals and trying new things, I might give that a shot, actually. It's a good idea.
Man, I think it's all you can do, and also understanding that uh none of these people that are in these positions on YouTube that you look up to, they might be funny people, cool people, hardworking people, but they are not uniquely special people. They're not like fundamentally different than you. They're just people that took a series of steps and stuck to something. And it's like you could look at someone in the gym that's all jacked and be like, oh my god, I could never be that. But the reality is that guy put in a lot of time and effort, and he had a routine, and he stuck to it, and that's how he got there. And it's no different than
Right.
YouTube. But I think that's really powerful for starting. But I think where I went wrong is I put too much emphasis on when I get to 100K, or when I get to where I am a successful YouTuber, then I'll feel happy. And through that thought process, I neglected my health, and I neglected a lot of the relationships in my life, and I pretty much sacrificed everything that makes me feel good to reach a goal that I thought would make me feel good. And I don't regret it, but I think that that's just something to be careful of. Don't neglect your health. Don't neglect the fundamental things in life that make us happy in pursuit of a goal. Because now I've gotten there, bro. I only ever wanted to hit 100K. I'm 4 times bigger than I ever wanted to be, and I'm really happy with the YouTube thing, and I love what I've built. But yeah, I've just neglected too much of the other things in my life, and now it's time to pick up that slack. And through the process, yeah, I might fuck my channel up a little bit, and every week I don't upload, I'm losing money, and I'm fine with that because it's worth it to me.
I mean, I think the quality of your videos, I mean, you can take as much time as you want to, man.
Yeah, yeah, and we're coming back.
It,
We're coming back with Gathering the Juggalos 2023 video, which is it's gonna be a big one, and I'm putting a lot of time into it. So I know that even if it's 4 weeks, 5 weeks since the last episode, I know it's gonna be worth watching when it comes back, and I know I'm gonna be in a better place. And sometimes it's like not focusing on YouTube and focusing on my health will also make me a better YouTuber in the future. And it's like maybe taking some time from your job and focusing on your health and focusing on some of those other things, checking some of those other boxes will end up making you better at your job, right?
yeah, I mean, I have been contemplating like just kind of leaving the job, but I mean, it's a good job. I kind of lucked out with this one. It's there's good people here, and uh, it's good. It's not that hard work, at least for me, and it's fulfilling to do it. It's pretty much like the job I wanted after I was done with college. It took me a while to find it. I had to deal with a bunch of crap because of the lockdown and all that stupid shit that was
Hmm.
going on.
Yeah,
Uh,
all that stuff that was so good for everybody, right?
yeah, but yeah. I mean, I am thinking of just like, hey, I don't need this job right now. I have money. I mean, I have a place. I got a house when like 4 years ago, and like I have a lot of stuff set up for me. Like I don't need this job right now. I kind of feel like
You got
if I
savings?
just
You have a savings account?
I do have savings. Yeah, I've like I'm not gonna say how much I have, but I have
Uh,
enough that I can I can live for a while.
Bro,
And
all you need is a little bit, and then maybe a little Ubering or a little DoorDash every now and then to try to sustain some of that, man. And then yeah, man, you can always get another job. You can't always get another life, and you can't always get another chance to pursue your dreams or pursue happiness, man. And if you feel like you need to take time off your job to to grieve or to cope with how you're feeling, or to even just figure out what you want to do, or figure out what a happy life would look like, man. Why not take that job and take a break from it, because the job's replaceable, man. You are not replaceable. The job is
yeah,
replaceable.
yeah, circling back to what you mentioned about your brother, and he was working a job he didn't want to. I mean, that's the situation my brother was in too. He did engineering as well, and he worked for a shitty company here, and they kind of fucked him over. Uh, and then after that, he joined the army because that's something that was like his like last resort kind of thing, or his like plan B thing if engineering wasn't for him. He always had that on the back of his mind, and he was in the army for like 2 3 years, and then he was stationed in South Korea, and this was during COVID and all that stuff, and South Korea, wherever he was near the demilitarized zone or whatever, and I guess he was like closer to the East Coast. So there's a lot of pollution from China over there and stuff. And I mean, he was always, I guess, kind of predisposed to like bad weather and stuff like that. And he started developing like asthmatic symptoms and stuff, and he couldn't really perform as well or like uh, do what he was doing in the army. So he was uh, he was honorably discharged because of his medical condition, and then he did engineering in Kansas because he was stationed in Kansas for the army. But it was just more of the same crap. I think like his previous job that he did engineering for, like he was fired. So like the engineering job he was working in Kansas, they found out he was fired, so they let him go or something. It's just some bullshit. Uh, and I think deep down he just wanted to stick with the army,
Mm-hmm.
and he just couldn't do that. And eventually he worked as a cop, and I mean, I'm sure he was just miserable doing that. And there's other crap he's dealing with. I'm not gonna really talk about it,
Yeah, you don't need to, brother.
but I mean, it is just I think you're right. You can find a job anywhere. It's not like a permanent thing, and I don't think you should let your job, even if it sucks, like you shouldn't let it fuck you up mentally.
Yeah, and some people are in positions where they don't have that ability, they don't have that cushion or that nest to stop the work, to take some time, because they're not making enough, or they haven't saved enough, whatever it is, and they're caught in that loop, you know what I mean, that trap.
Hmm.
And I think you and I are both yeah, we're super super lucky and blessed to, yeah, to have the ability to breathe, and if we want to take some time to breathe and evaluate and reflect, we have that. And if anyone out there has that, I mean, that time is super super powerful, because imagine you have a mortgage, you're working paycheck to paycheck, you got a wife, 3 kids, they need to eat. What are the options? You can't take time. You have to stay plugged in, and you just have to find any way you can cope to put food on the table and to provide.
Yeah, I mean, I do have a mortgage, but it's not that much, and I can live here for a while. I don't have to
Yeah.
work constantly. I'm not like living paycheck to paycheck or anything. Um, but yeah, you know, when I graduated, I wanted to travel and stuff because I was kind of handcuffed with college and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I graduated, everything was like locked down for God knows how long,
Yeah.
and I couldn't travel. And I mean, I traveled recently. I went to Poland, which was pretty cool. And I kind of want to travel more and do what I want to do. I think I kind of need that. I
Yeah.
think it'll help.
Why not, man? I mean, I never traveled anywhere until I started YouTube, really, and traveling is can be such a beautiful, eye-opening thing, and such a enjoyable thing, and a lot of people don't never get to experience it, man.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah, I found your channel through the Creator Clash. I went there whenever it was the first one,
mm-hmm.
and yeah, I saw you were doing interviews and stuff, but I was there kind of like incognito because I'm like kind of weird about being on videos and stuff.
Yeah,
I think I'm like in the background of one of your vids, but yeah, I wanted to
that's
come to the
cool.
second one to thank you in person, but I'm glad I got the chance to do this, at least through Discord. So
Yeah,
so thank you.
hell yeah, dude. If you ever see me in public again, just come say what's up, come dap me up, and be like, yo, what up?
Hell yeah, dude.
Do you have any before you go? Do you have any? I want to ask 2 questions. Do you have any aspirations of doing social media yourself, or some kind of art form?
Well, I did some YouTube a few years ago. I made like some shitty video game stuff. Uh, but I mean, maybe I could get back into that art stuff. I mean, I know it's kind of cringe, but I like playing with my Legos. I have a huge Lego collection. I like making stuff.
Dude,
I don't know if that counts.
Legos are therapeutic. Legos rule.
But yeah, for real.
Legos Legos rule. But yeah, I just think if you do want to do the social media stuff, man, I think you will never regret taking a stab at it. And it doesn't have to be social media or any dream or goal. And I think if you took some time off work, I think you might not, as long as you're in a good position to do that and you have a good plan of when you have to get back to work. I don't think you'd regret it, man. And I think it could help you cope with some of the trauma you've gone through.
Yeah, I
So,
think I need it.
are there any goals that you're trying to set this month?
Oh,
Concrete.
definitely my health. I need to stop being a slob and just playing games all day. I need to work out and run again and lift weights and do all that good stuff.
Yeah, what does that look like to you? Is that a daily thing? Are you
Yeah, daily, or at least like 3 times a week. I think like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because I mean, that's how I used to go to martial arts, so I feel like it'll be a little familiar, maybe.
Yeah, I'm doing the walks and I'm doing the exercise every day, but I know that if I had to pick one or the other, I would keep the walks and then do the lifting maybe 3 or 4 times a week. Cause man, just getting out there and walking and getting the steps in and having that time and that peace to just think. I feel like some of my best thoughts and some of the best things that come to me happen when I'm just walking. I'm outside just walking, you know.
Yeah, walking and jogging is OP, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
if you like running, running could be great. My knees are completely destroyed, so I can't run very much. But yeah, if you could run, that'd be awesome.
yeah, I used to like go for a jog every now and again, and I mean, it really helps a lot. Like whenever I do that, so I definitely need to get back into that.
So are you gonna set it when we get off the phone tonight, or maybe tomorrow, Saturday, when you have some time? You gonna set out and make a routine, make a plan?
Yeah, for sure, I'm gonna do it. I think I've been too sedentary for too long,
Yeah,
so it's time to change.
the more we tell ourselves we want to get in shape and don't make an actionable plan, the more we allow ourselves to be stagnant. And I feel like yeah, making that actionable, attainable plan is great.
Oh yeah,
So, well, brother, I really appreciate your time, man, and I'm really sorry that we have that shared grief of losing our brother, but hopefully our brothers are both fucking in a better place up there right now, enjoying themselves and looking down on us and watching us and living through us, and hopefully we're keeping them entertained and keeping them happy. You know what I mean?
amen. Yeah,
Sometimes,
thanks for giving me this opportunity. Like I really wanted to thank you for just giving me hope. You know, it's just something as simple as knowing you're not alone and seeing that there is hope that I can make something of myself after something like this. Just thank you so much, dude.
thank you, man, and yeah, we are really, we really are in this together, man, and we can get better. And yeah, I think sometimes when I'm feeling my lowest about my brother, I think, man, if he was watching me right now, if he's watching my life like a show, he wouldn't want to watch this fucked up channel. Let me get out there and do something to make him proud and make him and keep him entertained and make him feel good. You know.
That's a good way to put it. I'll try to incorporate that.
So much love, brother. I hope you have a beautiful Friday night, and I really appreciate you calling in.
Thank you. You too, Brent.
All right, see you, man.
See ya.
Man. Well, everybody, I think it is going to be about that time for me. It is actually the longest stream that we've done. I lost track of time. I know some of the calls went on longer than they have before, but I really like talking to y'all and connecting with you guys. And yeah, I don't want to cut a call short or anything, man. I want to, yeah, let us have our time to connect and express ourselves. And I'm proud of everyone that's here in chat on a Friday night, man. We could be out making a lot of bad decisions, but hopefully you guys are making some good ones and being nice to yourself. And if you aren't doing those things, hopefully you guys can think about what it would look like to be proud of what you did today or tomorrow, or yeah, just how you derive value, bro. And if you're having a hard time coping with loss, just know that there's a lot of people out there that deal with loss. Everyone is going to deal with loss, but not everyone copes with it, man. Some people just swallow it and they bottle it up and they let it ruin their lives. But we are not going to do that, man. We are not going to let these things that happen to us that are bad or that happen around us that are bad define us or bring us down forever, man. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to not feel like things are all right. But like I said, it is not okay to not do something about it. And I feel like I'm finally doing something about it, and I'm not being unrealistic, and I'm giving myself time to breathe, and I'm not saying I'm doing something forever. I'm saying I'm just doing it until the end of the month, and then when that end of the month comes, I'm gonna reevaluate, bro. And if by some miraculousness on November 1st, I can consciously talk to my loved ones, and I can talk to myself, and I can say, I think it would better my life to stop going to the gym and to start getting high again, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I truly believe in my heart that we are not going to feel that way, and we are going to be happy with what we've done. So we really are in this together, man. And yeah, man, I'm here with y'all. So If anyone didn't get to call into the show, I'm sorry. I will take you guys. I'll take whoever I can tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day, and we're just gonna keep showing up and keep trying our best. And yeah, for everyone out there, I'm fucking proud of you guys for trying, man. And even if you aren't trying and you're just telling someone how you feel and expressing yourself or self-reflecting, man, I think that's good enough. We're all different. So I love you guys. Make some good decisions this Friday. Maybe reach out to someone that you think might need a friend. Maybe reach out to your fucking self, man. Reach out to yourself and ask yourself how you feel. So I love you guys, man. Day 6, 20% of the way through, 1/5 of the way through, and tomorrow is 1 week, and tomorrow is a chest day, you guys. So I love y'all, and I appreciate